All right, let's do this. Day 7. Here we go. 7 on the 7. Usually Sunday sermon with SG. Now, I'm not gonna, that's gonna be, yeah. So, I'm gonna hold here. I'm going to find what I think would be an appropriate song for the intro of day 7, because I kind of like to do that. So again, I'm just gonna wait. Still early, 7 o'clock. Normally this is Sunday sermon with SG. This week, hey Sabrina. This week it is Striking Success with SG. So I am playing a non-copyright infringement of Demi Lovato's Confident, because that's what this is all about. It's decision day. I'm in army green. I brought the shoe, and I'm confident that we will make these decisions today, because this is where it happens. Right here, live. And listen to this. Not Demi Lovato. All right, let's do this. I like entering with a little music. What can I say? All right, day 7. So, Sunday, always a tough day for the crowds. I tell you, it's a tough one. Anybody who comes on live on a Sunday are what I consider to be relatively brave, because it's a quiet day in the world of social media. So I'm gonna get started anyway. Yesterday I left with homework, which you guys, quite honestly, terrible. I'll tell you. So it was about, day 6 was Q&A, which I had to field some old questions. My team found some old questions that we went through. I did get some messages, so I appreciate all the messages. So today is decisions. We all have to make them. We all face them. It's a daily thing. We all face a decision every day. It's how we choose to work with what we have and with those decisions that we make. And if we're willing to make mistakes, that's okay, because a decision made quickly is one that can be adjusted, but one that you dwell on, oh my gosh, it is so stressful. I know. I used to be that girl. I used to be her. I used to think, okay, quick decisions made for everybody else, absolutely. But when it came to me and investing in myself, I was like, no, what happens if? What if? What if I can't? What if? How will I? What will I? No, it's not about that. It's about what is going to be the best for you. That's the decision that we often know we have to make, but we don't make. Those decisions have to be for you, about you, and by you. Decisions can't be made often for ourselves by asking others their opinions, because the opinions are always different, and they're going to come back and say, are you crazy? Are you insane? Why would you do that? You're fine, it's good. Why would you change that? Why do you want to do this? Why do you want to do that? Why, you're good, your confidence is good. You don't need to change that. Why would you want to change your job? Why would you start your own business? It's COVID. Why do we want to do this? Why do we want to do, why don't we want to do these things? Okay, so I had a whole script. See, right here? This whole day 7 is probably going to be shot. So anybody who did the homework, I'm sorry. So anybody who has made a decision for themselves, but based on everybody else's input, give me an emoji or make a comment that because we're all guilty of it. We've all done it. We've all made decisions. If not, we've made every decision for ourselves based on what other people's beliefs are. And we've let them get into our head, or we've let ourselves get into our own heads. If you take forever to make a decision, it will cause so much stress. Believe me, I know. I've done it. I did it for this course. I did it for my program. I did it for leaving jobs. I mean, there's so many things. I can make decisions, like I said, for other people like that, but I couldn't make them for myself. And that is what changed. And that's what had to change. I had to make the change. Nobody could do it for me. I had to make the decision that I, Sarah, SG, was ready to say, you know what? I'm good. I can make a quick decision, and it will be okay when I make it, no matter what it is. If it turns out to be bad, I've learned from it. But what if it turns out to be really freaking good? What if it's the best decision I've ever made? If I don't leap in and do it, how will I ever know? I won't. And I will have looked back on life and God, what if I did that? Because I do that now. Because I didn't make decisions earlier in my life, I can now reflect and back and think of all the times that right here, I talked myself out of possibly some of the best ideas and possibly some of the best business moves I could have ever made by investing in myself. Talked it right out. Could not have been more off course by not listening to and making that quick decision. You know when you go in and you know you want something, like you didn't know you wanted it when you walked in. You see it, whether it's on the menu, whatever it might be. You weren't compelled, but all of a sudden, intuition kicks in and immediately you know what you want. It could be you were going in for steak, you got chicken. I don't know. You know, it doesn't matter. It's that intuitive decision making, that fast decision making that makes life so much easier on us. Trust me. I know. Again, been there. And it wasn't that long ago. Like I said, I was a very, 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 very bad decision maker because it took me forever and I tormented. I'd lose sleep over it. I'd toss, I'd turn, I'd wake up in the middle of the night. I'd wake up in the middle of the night thinking, what am I doing? Why don't I just make the decision? Following day, make the decision. I couldn't do it. It took me days and days and days. And then it got to the point where I just talked myself out of it. You know why? Because the stress of trying to make the decision was far worse. Like far worse. So it was just easier to let it go. As all of you may, or some of you may know, who follow me, who know me, who come on my lives, I just moved recently. That was a big move done like that. I didn't hesitate. I made the decision. Completely moved cities. House, city, you name it. In 2 weeks, I had a whole new house, a whole new city. Best decision I ever made. But everybody thought I was nuts. What are you doing? You're gonna move. Like you're gonna move to another city. For what purpose? I didn't know the purpose. I do now. I did not then. And I didn't hesitate. I just went all in. I went with my quick decision making, and God, it turned out beautifully. I mean, had I had sat out and tried to plan it, it wouldn't have done. It is much like when Kathleen was on the other day. And although that didn't go well, she was still on and talked. And she is my mentor. She is amazing. And without her, I don't know. Would I be sitting here? I don't know. In a different city with this awesome, awesome, awesome new home and this great ability to come to you now? I don't know. Hard to say. But I didn't think about it. I just went all in. I made the decision, and that's what was important. Had it had been an epic fail, would it have been? No. It wouldn't have been. Nothing is. Nothing is, as I would say, unrecoverable for the most part. When you go all in on yourself, it's not unrecoverable. You can always recover. We get stuck in our mindset, in what we're brought up and how we're told and by other people that we're going to make the wrong decision. But guess what? If you do what's right for you, you'll never make a wrong decision. The only time you make a wrong decision is when you do not make the decision for yourself. When you let everybody else make it for you. I know people who essentially have said, okay, we want you to have this many children. I know. Blew my mind. But it's a thing. It was a thing, and I couldn't. And they listened. Because they didn't want to disappoint. That's what they do. You can call them people pleasers. You can call them just, you don't want to ruffle feathers. You don't want to be the first to be divorced. You don't want to be the first to do this. You don't want to be no one wants to be the first to do anything when it's a bad thing. So when you make a decision, you have to be sure that you're going with your gut, and don't ask other people. That's my key, is don't ask. It's, again, I didn't mention and tell anybody I was moving until I was ready to move. I didn't tell anybody I was writing a book until I wrote the book. I didn't tell anybody anything because I didn't want to hear their opinion about my decision, because it was mine and I knew it was right for me, and that's what was important. So again, you can make completely off script other than the fact that I'm on decision. You can, in a millisecond, solve a problem in your personal or business life by making a quick decision. And anybody who is out there now who this resonates with, who has done this, who has made that decision, then throw an emoji out there so I know. Because I know there's some, or put a comment in, because I know that there are people out there watching right now who have done this, who have thrown caution to the wind, listened to their gut, made the decision, didn't ask a whole bunch of people, and just went for it. Because that's what this is all about. This whole program is going all in and making the decision for yourself that's best for you and only you. Because only you can make that decision. Decisions or lack of decisions are responsible for making or breaking our careers. Yeah, I know, right? When you make a quick decision, or when you're a quick decision maker, you can't be influenced by others or their opinions, because you realize that whatever that decision is, you again will recover. So you have to do it. You have to be capable of just going in on yourself and believing in yourself. Really, that is where the confidence comes in. And that's what I teach. That's what I coach. I coach confidence. I coach you how to build up that confidence so that what other people are saying to you or the decisions that they are trying to impose on you are no longer there. You make your decisions based on how you and your gut and your mind together will make that decision, right or wrong, good or bad. To every good, there's a bad. To a right, there's a wrong. Indecision is horrible. Horrible. I know. I came from that place, and I've learned with Kathleen that indecision is the worst place to be stuck in. So don't allow yourself to get there. Your income and your day-to-day life, everything is hinged on decisions. If your car breaks down and you need that car to work and you don't have the money, what do? You find a way to get it, make the decision, and you have to do it with yourself as well. as I've been saying all week, and I say all the time, you are priceless. So when you invest in yourself, how is that not something that is worth it? Again, you're priceless. So make the decision that is based on you and what's right for you and not what's right for everybody else. I also say confidence, you can be somewhat selfish. And it's true. You have to be, to a certain degree, selfish. Not in the sense that we know selfish to be. It's not keeping things from others. It's not doing any of those things. It's meaning taking the time to invest in yourself. If that's selfish, then so be it. But it's worth it. And we don't learn decision making in school. We don't learn it when we're in the corporate world. In fact, where do we learn decision making? We go to a corporate world. Essentially, we're told how it's going to work, and we follow the rules. Right? In school, decisions are not something we make. All the rules are made for us. Everything is ruled for us. Where is our decision? What courses we take? How good our grades are? Decisions. So in massive thing, and they are made so lightly because we're not taught them. Decisions are made by our parents. Then they're made by our school system. Then they're made by our employers. Where do we have ours? When do we make our decisions for ourselves? We decide when to get married, sometimes. We decide, how many children we're going to have. We decide where we're going to live. But often those decisions are made in part with someone else as well. So how often, when you think about it, are you actually making a decision based on exactly what you want? To the letter. What is that? So think about it, because I did. And then I realized, maybe I don't make the decisions that I think I make. The bill shows up, I pay it. That's not a decision. That's a bill that shows up and I pay it. These are the things that we, get thinking that we make these wonderful, great decisions every day. We do make decisions every day. But when it comes to ourselves, we lack in so many areas to make the right decisions for us because we ask everybody else and we get caught up in all the minutia of all the things that everybody else might think, might feel, might say. And then we don't do it. And we sit back and 10 years from now we go, why didn't we do that? Or next year we sit back and go, why didn't I do that? You've lost a year, you've lost 5, you've lost 10 by not making a decision. Think about the last time that you passed on something and now you sit back and you regret, because I can guarantee you there'll be one, if not more times. So you can remove conflict, you can remove your confusion, you can, in life, by becoming proficient in decision making, which is something that I learned through this program from Kathleen, is that this is how you learn to make or relearn to make quick decisions that will catapult you into another area of success and of confidence and image and no more self-doubt and no more lack. And you become across as a better leader. So if your role in the company is a leader, you come across as better, proficient leader because you are making sound decisions based on quick decisions. And that's what it's all about. It's all a learning curve. When you fail to develop the ability to make a decision, then you're doomed. I mean, I know that sounds really gloom and like really gloomy, but it's true. You're doomed because then that, like I said, that internal conflict just causes emotional stress for all of us. And guess what? You are going to take it and throw it out the window. You're going to forget about it. Like I said earlier, you are going to. And how often do you hear people say, I don't know what to do? Do it, don't do it, quit, don't quit, buy it, don't buy it. Often those decisions about buy it, don't buy it are a fear of lack. And we think that if we spend X amount of money, then then we won't be able to do this. Or I want to go on a trip, so I don't want to buy that. Or I want to do this, so I don't want to buy that. Or I have to save for Johnny's education, which is 20 years down the road, or 18 years down the road. So I'm going to do this. I'm not going to buy that because I've got little Johnny to put through school in like 15 years. So these are the things that you just know that it determines where you are. And everyone has these feelings. Everybody goes through this indecision. And it's like our birthright to have these indecisions. But it's also our birthright to not continue to live and dwell in indecision. Because it's the cause of ambivalence. It is the primary cause, to, an ulcer. I mean, indecision in the simplest form, when you do it over and over and over again, is so unhealthy. It really is. Mind, body, soul is so unhealthy. When you can't make a quick decision, this is often a lack of confidence. I know, right? So everything I teach is confidence, and not being able to make a decision is key to your confidence, because it's in that quick decision making that everybody recognizes that you are more confident than you've ever been, which is kind of amazing when you think about it. People don't realize that confidence and decision making, quick decision making, are joined. They're unified. They are very much hand in hand. And when you have a lack of confidence, it's harder to make that quick decision. When you have confidence, you're making decisions all the time, and you're not even hesitating. You're just doing them. So you see, when I thought I was confident all these years, what I was lacking was full decision making. I thought I was great at decision making. Then I started to take this course, this program, and working with Kathleen. And then I realized, you know what? My decision making isn't as good as I thought. Now it's on point. And there's always room for improvement. But it is why I show up here on my Sunday sermons, and in this case, throughout the week, to talk about this program, to talk about what I do, to talk about the coaching, to talk about confidence, because everything really does lead back to confidence. All the things that we learn, or unlearn, or doubt, or hesitate on, or don't show up for ourselves, often stems from a lack of confidence. When I say confidence is the key to success, I am not kidding you. It is why you are a top salesperson. It is why you can be the leader of a corporation. It is why you can stop your 9-to-5 job that you don't even like and move on to something else, because you make the decision. And once you've made the decision, and it's right here, you're focused, you're confident, and you'll achieve it. But you have to know how to get and learn how to tweak those decisions so that you're making them knowing they're coming from the right place. Knowing that they're not coming from outward sources, that they're coming from in. When they come from within, it's like I always say, confidence is an inside job, and it comes from the inside out. And decision making is part of that, going hand in hand. So decide right where you are and whatever you're doing, what you are going to do. What decision are you going to make? Are you ready to go all in on you? Are you ready to be a better version of yourself? Are you ready to show up for yourself? Are you ready to decide that for yourself? Forget outside sources. Like I said, there's always going to be an outside source that's going to say, don't be ridiculous, you can't do this, you can't do that, can't do that. Those are all the people that don't matter. It really does not matter. At the end of the day, what matters is you. And when I say confidence is selfish, this is what I mean. This is where I'm at. This is for you. It's not for other people. This is for you to decide. It's for you to decide to show up for yourself. It's for you to decide to build a better version of you. One that is truly independent and truly in love with yourself. And everybody will see that confidence shift. You will show up differently. You will show up for yourself and your family differently. You will walk into your office differently. You will walk into your own business differently. Everything will be seen almost through new eyes. It's an amazing, amazing feeling. It's hard for me to put into words the amount of change that I've seen in myself when it comes to decisions and how much it changes my life. It has changed my life. And I'm always working on it. It's a daily work. It's not just something that, okay, I've learned that, now I'm moving on. Yes, I've learned it, I'm teaching it, but I'm always learning from. It never stops. I never stop learning. I never stop making decisions. I now, though, make them quicker, as I said, and they're more permanent. I mean, God, they decided to put a man on the moon. They didn't say, is it possible? They just said, I'm going to put a man on the moon. And then, bang, there was a man on the moon. Nobody decided it. They just proclaimed it. That's what a decision is. It's just going all in and making it. And just knowing. It's the knowing. It's not asking how. They didn't say, oh my God, how are we going to make a spaceship to put on the moon? How are we going to do that? Nobody asked that. They just did. They just took it upon themselves, made the decision, and went all in and did it. Because once you make a decision, you will find that all the people and all the resources and all the ideas have been there all the time. And they will be there every time. It's amazing. It really is. I know firsthand. And again, it's so hard for me to tell you how many times that has shown up recently. But I can't make a wrong decision. Because I believe in myself. And that's why. It's that simple. I know that I can't make a bad decision because I trust in myself 100%. And I know that if I make the wrong decision, I will recover from it. It will not be the end of the world. So decision makers are great thinkers. And I do find myself thinking more and more throughout the day about different things. So strategizing for business, strategizing for these. Like I said, I prep for these lives and then I get on here and I go completely rogue. This is nothing. If you look at the workbook, if you have the workbook and you look at it, tell me where this is on anywhere in the workbook, other than the fact that it's titled decision. I don't think there's anything on here. I haven't touched on one thing. But that's okay. This is what I do. Our thoughts are ultimately, they control everything we do. Our thoughts determine every outcome we have. So we make a decision to stay in a bad job or one that we're, okay, well, you don't want to, well, I got to make the car payment, so I'll keep the job. So we decide. Or if we move, what would it be? How much would it cost? It's going to be this, it's going to be that. Oh, what if I take that course in college? Or what if I take that university course? Or what if I go back to school and become an esthetician? Or what if I go back and I want to do this? What's everybody going to think? What am I supposed to do? This is when you make the decision. Because this is, like Kathleen said, not even a year in. She has made $1.5 million. That is putting in some serious decisions. But if you listen to what she said, it was fear that stopped her for a while before she decided to go all in. And once she made the decision to go all in, then everything changed. Nothing that she decided went sideways. And even if it did, she recovered. And I have learned the same thing, and I will teach you the same thing. Together we will work as a team to get you where you want to be, because that is what this program and what I teach is all about. It is about getting you to the end zone, through the uprights, as I like to say. You know, touchdown, score through the uprights for extra 2 points, whatever it may be, whatever you think it is, that's what decision is. By deciding to take charge of your life, that's really truly what it is. Don't let others affect your decision, because it is often the negative attitude of others that play into your ideas and then stop you from making that decision, because ultimately, as I say, it's yours to make. But you let other outer voices, other people make that decision for you, and I'll tell you right now, you will stop and you will not do it. And often those things come from jealousy. They come from their lack. It comes from their paradigms. It comes from their mindsets. So don't get caught up in them. Don't get caught up in their thoughts. If you have to discuss this with somebody, then discuss it with somebody. But at the end of the day, remember, everything you decide is your own decision. And if you do this, I can guarantee you, it will be massive. You will have such a massive change and showing up, as I said, for yourself, then I can't even put into words the amount of change that you will have. I just know that the success rate will be crazy. You just have to do the work. Your job is showing up for yourself. As I always say, I'm the vessel that gets you there. We'll guide you through, but you put yourself there, and that's the best part of it. It's you. At the end of the day, you get to go, I did it. I achieved it. The goal that you wanted to go for, you did. And then you set another one and you did it. And it's all because you made a decision now to do this, to do what's best for you. Build the confidence. Just say yes. It's like Nike says, just say, well, just say yes. Just say do it. Go all in. How often have you been caught, or have you caught yourself saying, I can't, or I would if I could, but because ... Take the first step in predicting your own future, because this is what you're doing. Make a decision to hold your vision and your positive energy in the ways to improve everything will then just flow to you. It's when you make the decision that everything else is just easy and just comes naturally. And you make, we make advanced travel plans. We book car rentals to relieve stress, and we book hotel rooms so that we don't show up and then find out, oh, there's no rooms. So there's lots of things that we do make decisions on in advance, but we don't make them in the big investments on ourselves, which is the most important investment you will ever make, is in and of yourself. Like I say, you are priceless. So remember that when you're making a decision, you are priceless. So any decision you make is not going to be a bad choice for you. Think of how easy things are, and then when you become more decisive. And then your problems kind of just seem to float away. And then all of a sudden, you'll realize that it's worth more than you knew, because you're not there yet. And don't engage with people in discussions on something that can't be done, or it's not capable of doing it, or you're not capable of doing it, because that's not where you want to be either. Like I said, listen to yourself, listen to your intuition, recognize your own abilities and the potential that you have. You have limitless potential. So start today. Be all I know that everyone is capable of. Don't let people knock you off center and tell you you can't do this for yourself, or you can't do that for yourself. You can. Prove it to yourself. This is how you do it. You show up here and you do these things and you make a decision based on not fear, but based on your ability to do something just amazing. Just truly amazing. You invest in yourself and you do the work. And as a coach, I provide you the guidance to get you there. So again, we invest in those handbags and we do all of these things to look great. But when it comes time to invest in the non-material, the internal work, do you invest in it? Because I'd love to know if people are out there right now, if you invest in that material things, but you don't want to invest in you, the internal. Not because it's necessarily difficult for you to invest in the internal, but you just don't see the value in it. You don't see where it's going to get you any further by investing in yourself. I can tell you firsthand, as a confidence coach, that confidence will get you as much success as you want to have. Whatever that is, whether that is in your own business, whether that is just going for that new job opportunity, whether that's going for a new job, whether that's going for a promotion, a raise. When you show up in a confident way, you are going to slay the success. It's just inevitable. Goals are already achieved. You're making decisions. You're showing up. You are, as I said earlier, just showing everyone else what you've always been made of. And you're making no more excuses for it. That is the best thing about confidence. You don't make excuses for being true to you. And other people who are in your family or your friends or wherever they are in your life, your colleagues, your coworkers, they're all going to recognize it. And it's not going to be a negative. It's going to be a positive. They're going to see a positive change in everything you've done. Because they will see the shift. It will all of a sudden be a completely different energy. Because that's what this does. Decisions actually do allow you to show up differently. Because again, you go back to the confidence. So, start to invest in yourself instead of investing in things. Things are always, as I say, things and replaceable. You can always replace things. You cannot replace you. You cannot replace your values, and you cannot replace the amount of money that you invest in yourself, especially when it's going to come back to you just in your own beauty and your own mind. The way you come across to others in all levels, shine. Shine like a diamond. I mean, there's not a better saying. So you need to use your intuition in all of this when you're doing this. You need to be all in on yourself and use your intuition to allow it to guide you to make the decision that you want to be that successful, confident individual who has epic success, who does not take no for an answer, who makes fast decisions, who is completely decisive and is not worried about going offside a little bit and making an error, because we're going to make them anyway. So you may as well do them on the way to success. I mean, had Kathleen stopped and listened to her inner voice and her fears, she wouldn't be worth $1.5 million right now, would she? Nope. No, she wouldn't, because she did exactly what she wanted to do. She got rid of the fear, brought in faith, brought in decision, and made it happen. That's what I'm doing. That's what colleagues of mine are doing. And this is just another element of my coaching practice. So I'm just stepping it up a notch by adding this for myself. This is why I took it for myself first. I'm not going to sit here and talk about something that I haven't done firsthand. If I didn't find that there was value in it, I wouldn't be here telling you that there's value in it. Because I have one thing, and one thing that I have always, and that is integrity. And integrity is key. So what I say is something that I've done. If I've not done it, I'm not going to tell you I've done it. This course I have done. This program I love. This has taught me so much more than I already knew, but it's enhanced it tenfold. So, I could tell you all the woes of my life. We could go there. But why? What would that do? What would that give you? Would that give you any other reason to, I could tell you a million different stories of me. But we're not here for me. You're here for you. If you want to hear a woe is me story, let me know. But really, we're not here for that. We're here to show you that where I have been and where I am now are completely different. And how I show up for myself now versus how I showed up for myself 6 months ago is completely different. And it's all because I made one big decision that I thought, oh my God, what am I doing? And I did roll my eyes. I really did. Good God, Sarah, really? But that was, now I go, yes, good job, Sarah. You've made the decision. So I'm here again to help you find that confidence. I'm here to help you hit those goals, succeed in, and build the life that you want to have. Not the one that I want you to have, the one you are looking for. And through this program, that's how you get there. You make the decisions. You build your confidence. You get and build persistence. You goal set. You look at things as goals achieved. These are all part of. You put in you put in your hour. You come to the Zooms twice a week. You can do it one-on-one. You can do it in a group. You show up twice a week. You do the work for like an hour a day. Stop scrolling through your screen for that hour. I mean, that's really all it is. Repetition, repetition, repetition. It's like when I get on here every day or every Sunday for my Sunday sermons, it's repetition. The decision is simple. The investment small in comparison to what you will get out of it. That's your life. The way you see it. Confidence, no more self-doubt, the knowing that your decisions are the best for you, no matter how they may turn out, the fact that you can make the decision on your own like that will never, ever, ever make you think twice about yourself. You show up as the best version of you. And remember, I always say, sometimes being successful and confident is being selfish. Sometimes you have to follow your gut and just go for it and just show up and do it. And that's what this is about. This is about my 7 days of showing up here. May seem easy, but there's prep, even though I don't follow it, there's prep that I had to do. But at the end of the day, I'm always here to tell you that at the end, confidence is success. Success is money. And who doesn't like money? We can get so many nice things and we can give so many nice things with that. So why not? Why not go all in? Make the decision. It's for you. And as I said, it will make you a better version of yourself. Because being confident, showing up for yourself, knowing your worth, not doubting yourself, feeling your best, looking your best. No matter what that look is, whatever that is for you, making the decision to shine from the inside out, making epic, massive leaps of success. So I've had you for probably almost an hour, and I just want you to know that this is why I show up for you every day for the last 7 days. It's to guide you through the steps. It's to show you the success that you can have. Kathleen, I brought on just to show you firsthand how quickly you can obtain it when you believe in yourself, when you make the decision, when you get rid of the fear and you make the choice to do something, to jump in on this program. Like I said, you show up 2 times a week with me. We all, as a group, get together. It's fantastic. It goes so, it's such a wonderful, wonderful thing to have like minds who are on the same page, literally making epic moves and sharing greatness. And that's what this is. It's sharing greatness. So decide to be great. Decide to be you. Decide to be confident. Decide to rule the world. Decide. Stop hemming and hawing about what is right and what is wrong, what'll work and what doesn't. What feels right, do that. Don't let yourself get stuck in the fear zone. Don't let yourself get stuck in the indecision zone. Trust me, I know it's not a good place. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, up all night, stressing. The next day, you're still carrying it over until you just give up. Because it's just too much. It's just too stressful to not be able to make the decision. I'm telling you right now, if for no other reason, this has been amazing because I can now make decisions and I'm so much better for it. And as I said before, I show up as a coach for my clients better for it. Because everything I do now, I do with more confidence than I did 6 months ago. And I didn't think that was possible. So believe me when I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, if you're out there, that this is the time to make the decision. It's now. It's for you. It's not for me. The decision is yours. Go all in on you. You hold the key, not me. It's you. So, don't use this as much as you use your intuition. Go with your gut. Go with what your gut is telling you to do. And I kid you, you will never, ever regret another decision you make as long as you do it. Make the decision. Ask me, drop a comment below, DM me, message me, ask me any questions about anything that I've talked about this week. But it is Sunday evening, and I think I've had you for almost an hour, and I appreciate you all being here. So again, leave those comments, because I didn't even go here. I'm sorry. So anybody who has a workbook, including my team, sorry, I didn't do the workbook. Talk it through. No. I read this before coming on. I'm like, no. Don't talk it through. Talk it through with yourself. Make the decision yourself. If you have to talk it over with somebody, keep in mind that everything comes back. Everything you give out comes back. You give to get, and that's it. So make the decision. What is best for you? Forget everything else. Forget everyone else. What is best for you? Show up for yourself. Shine for yourself. Blow them away. Prove them all wrong. My favorite thing to do. Prove them wrong. Doubt me, then watch me. I mean, there's no better way to do it than this. So, again, ladies, gentlemen, thank you for joining me on Striking Success with SG. Typically my Sunday sermon with SG. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Any questions, as I said, comment below or message me, and I will be more than happy to help you figure everything out, explain further what it is that you might want to know, and we will see you later. You have a wonderful evening. Thank you for joining me. All right, SG is out for Sunday. Take care.